Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to screen share. Alrighty, can you guys all see the screen? Thumbs up, or at least for those. Gucci.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alrighty then. So first and foremost, this is for LLAB 14, which is GMC week, which is Tuesday, in 2 days for those that aren't familiar. And throughout this briefing, we'll go over basically what you're going to do, ideal scenarios, and sort of aid to just help you guys get more acclimated to the activity. So first and foremost, we're going to give a little bit of background just so you guys get the main gist of it, and then bring you back around into implementing it. And then we're actually going to implement the activity on you guys so you guys can try leading amongst everyone in this breakout room. So first and foremost, rules of engagement is a big part of our activity. So rules of engagement are defined as internal rules or directives among military forces that are to be rendered when both parties are in official uniform. We're going to be in ugly sweaters, but we still have to implement ROEs. And so some examples of ROEs that you'll experience within this activity is you have to address POC and cadre by their rank and name. Especially being the moderators, it might be a little tough, but you should just get acclimated into calling them by ranking and name. As well, since you're the moderator and everything you say or do is like out there, just conversate with a respectful and purposeful demeanor. I don't feel like we have to say this, but I'm just including it. You're basically going to be a leader in this scenario. So if you end up having cadre like Colonel Grimm or wing staff in your breakout room, just lead by example. Again, conversate with respectful and purposeful demeanor. And then when addressed by POC or cadre, just add attention. Don't be like futzing with your hair or doing something of that sort. And then greetings of the day. This is one thing that you should at least try to aim at practicing before Tuesday rolls around. We've sent examples out in email. Cadet Nieva did an excellent job with that. But the basic structuring is as follows. It's the greeting of the day. So what you'd want to start off with is good morning, so-and-so. And you'd always want to start off with highest ranking first. That's typically cadre, and then it flows downwards. So cadre, and then wing staff, and then FTP staff, and then all other POC who are present. If you're not in FTP or you're not a 200 cadet, don't worry about the FTP staff. But so you always want to render the greeting of the day. We're going to apply that in our breakout rooms. And some other notable features about the greetings of the day is that whenever you have a cadet of the same rank, it's always female POC first and then male. So if you have Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Toriano and Cadet Lieutenant Colonel, I don't know if we have another female Cadet Lieutenant Colonel, but say it's Colonel, and you have Cadet Colonel Shriver and then Cadet Colonel Harlow. When you're acknowledging them in the greeting of the day, you're always going to want to say Cadet Colonel Shriver first because she's female. Females are before guys, as it always should be, ladies first. If there's more than one female for POC, if you have like 2 cadet majors and it's Cadet Major Ford and Cadet Major Embocado, you could just acknowledge with ladies. So announce everything and then you say, good morning, ladies. More than one male, it's gentlemen. And then you don't need to salute. Normal ROEs provided or the greeting of the day is you salute. You don't have to do that. So an example provided is down here. If you have Colonel Grimm in your breakout room and you have Lieutenant Colonel Toriano and Senior Instructor Castillo, and then you have various male and female POC, you always start with Colonel Grimm first because he's an actual colonel. That should be obvious. And then wing staff second, which is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Toriano, and then Senior Instructor Castillo, which is FTP. If you're not an FTP cadet, you don't have to worry about that. And then ladies and gentlemen. And you'll get the gist of this. It'll get to the point where it just happens naturally because you do it so often. And for Tuesday, like I said, you guys should have it down. So for today's activity, it's called the About Me at Det 075 activity. And the basic key points are that it's LLAB 14. What we're going to do is we'll have 20 breakout rooms. And it sounds like a lot, but 20 breakout rooms, and there will be 7 to 8 cadets in each room. And within those rooms, it's completely randomized. So you will most likely end up seeing faces you've never met before, but they are detachment 075 cadets. which means you could end up with, someone in their 4th year, someone in their 3rd year. You could end up with Cadre, which is Colonel Graham or Major Gilbert or Captain Bug. And so in each room, there's one moderator, and that's where you guys come in. And so each moderator greets the group at the beginning. You guys introduce yourself and then do the activity yourself to show the group how it goes. And then you facilitate order of the presentation. So you assign whoever's highest up in order to present first and then work its way down. So the notable aspect of this is that you guys get to put yourself on the spot and lead in front of Cadre and other POC. So you guys will literally get put on the map in terms of being able to speak and lead in front of other cadets. And so, especially if you have Cadre in your room, you want to make a good example, because your order of merit's always taken note of. So you guys have the ability to sort of flex on that aspect. And so next, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to my deputy, Cadet Nieva, to talk about the specific slides that you guys are going to be presenting and screen sharing for.
All right, everybody. So there's going to be 3 slides in specific POC, Cadre, POC, and GMC. The first slide that you see right here is the Cadre slide. And basically, say that you have Colonel Grimm in your room. Obviously, he'd be presenting first because you're going down from Cadre to GMC. So there's just general questions there, his introduction, and then he'll answer what his job as Cadre is, and then what it entails, and then an interesting fact about him, and then like general questions like favorite hobbies or where he's attending Lead Lab right now. Slide, please. And then POC, this is when we go more into the cadet aspect of it all. And basically, they're going to introduce themselves as like cadet blank, my rank is cadet major, or if applicable, if they have a job in the detachment, they can say what job they have and describe it as well. And then an interesting fact about them, and then favorite hobbies, and then same question with where they're attending Lead Lab. Slide, please. And then this is just a general GMC one with the basically same 2 questions as the other slides, but this is applicable if they have a job in the detachment as well. And if they don't, like what job they would want to have and then why. And then same 3 questions in the end. So basically, these entire like slides, these presentations that everybody's going to be giving should last around 30 to 1 minute, or 30 seconds to 1 minute, basically to get everybody cycle through, and for the actual activity to last around 30 minutes because we're trying to get through everybody. And then right here, we have a script of basically what you're going to be saying. Generally the good morning breakout room, and then you're going to introduce yourself as the moderator, and then wait for, give around 30 seconds so you can collect the greeting of the day or even less. And then you're going to start off yourself as the example by giving your slide, or since you're all GMC, you'd be giving a presentation with your slide as the example for the rest of the breakout room. And then from there, you'll organize and delegate who will be going in what order. Is there any questions?
Yes, I had a question.
Yes.
Have you guys posted that slideshow anywhere that we can look at it ourselves?
Yeah. So
no. Oh wait. Oh, go ahead.
We're actually going to send out 2 parts to that question. First thing being Monday night, we have our last meeting, and that involves everyone, not only this particular meeting, but we had one yesterday morning as well. Everyone will be in that room on Monday night, and we're going to have everything finalized and formalized. As well, we'll send out like an actual document for everything you guys are going to need, as well as we'll run you through it right now so that you guys get the main gist of it and you get practice doing this. But once again, today should be like the day where you guys formulate everything and you practice sharing your screen and you practice like following the format. And in that sense, it'll give you like the experience that you need. It's not extremely difficult. I mean, realistically, if we tossed you guys in the mix on Tuesday, you'd probably get it down. It'd just be like, I guess, rough in a way. But the purpose is we'll make sure to give you everything that you have so that you guys can excel on Tuesday. And act like the leaders that you guys are.
Thank you.
And then any other questions real quick before we do an example?
Can I ask how will you randomize it, the breakout rooms?
Yeah, and actually you guys will be participants in that actually after I give an example. Basically what's going to happen is each and every moderator within our grouping is going to be assigned a number. And so on Tuesday, when we create the breakout rooms, we're going to create 20 breakout rooms and we're going to randomize every single cadet. So 20 rooms of randomized people, but we're going to assign each moderator a number and put them in a moderator room. And so when you guys get placed in that moderator room, you just remember your number and we give you guys co-host permission. So you guys have the ability to jump to the right room that you need to go to. And so we're going to do this twice. So you guys are going to keep the same number, but to run it through, basically you guys get tossed in the moderator room and then you click the bottom and it'll say jump to a breakout room, and you click the breakout room number that we've given you. And then you show up in that room. And like I said, completely random cadets. It could be Colonel Grimm. It could be Tech Sergeant Proctor. It could be a whole bunch of fourth classes. So 100 cadets. So your classmates. So you don't know. And that's the beauty of it, is we're putting you guys on the spot in front of completely random people. So this is practicing like that particular leadership aspect, if that makes any sense. And like I said, we're going to run you guys through. Wow, my camera's bugging right now. We're going to run you guys through it so that you get the gist of it. So any other questions? I think Cadet Hawk, did you have a question?
No.
Okay. Any other questions before we do a little mock run through?
Just to clarify, tomorrow's meeting, is it mandatory? Like we had to attend one of these two and then tomorrow? Is that how it works?
Yeah, so you just had to attend either yesterday's or today's, just because it's like the run through and getting you guys informed. And then tomorrow night's is the last minute, make sure everyone's good to go, that everyone can screen share, that we've all got access, and that we are set. It's not necessarily mandatory, although we are pushing it as it is highly recommended. But if you got prior obligations, that's totally understandable. One thing that I didn't touch on that I do want to talk about though, and this is actually extremely urgent. Since you guys are screen sharing, there have been mishaps in the past where other people have had pages that should not be on certain tabs within their tabs. So because you guys are screen sharing, please, please, please make sure that it's cleaned up, that you guys don't have tabs that I guess infer I guess like nude or rude content. Yeah, exactly. So like I said, if Colonel Grimm's in your breakout room, don't have a page that, you know, I'm not even gonna go there, but don't have a page that says something odd and random, because you guys are the leaders in this scenario and the moderators. So, I mean, if you want to look professional, open up some tabs that say like AP Calculus or, you know, Bio Advanced, something of those sorts, just because cadets are gonna be looking at that, obviously. But discretion is left up to you. Just, we don't want to hear about an incident where some cadet was getting wild in their free time. Yeah. So just a heads up and a notice. With that, very funny, Sabrina. It was just whatever came to mind first. But so with that, we'll go ahead and I'll do a run through. Does anyone have questions before we do that?
Just one. What time would the meeting be tomorrow? Because I do have a meeting.
Yeah.
Is it later at night or?
Cadet Nieva, do you know for certain? I believe it's like 8 o'clock, 2000.
Okay, because I do have a meeting at like 7 and it runs through like 8:30. So.
Okay.
I'll
No worries.
see what I can do. Okay.
Yeah, if not, I can just we'll add you to a mailing list. Let me know if that's set in stone. Email me or my deputy, and we'll make sure to take accountability for that.
Okay, thank you.
And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and share screen.
Okay, yeah, sorry, my audio just cut out, but I'll get you that date right now.
Roger.
Or time, actually, sorry. All right, for Monday, we have it at 8 p.m. So a little bit later than this call.
Okay, sweet. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, so I'll do a quick little run through for you guys, just so that you get the gist of it. Immediately after this, you guys are gonna get put in an example. So just be wary of that. This is the basic template I'm gonna follow, and that you guys should as well. So everyone's in the breakout room. I'm in the moderator room, but then I pop in. I immediately share my screen and I'll go to this slide, but each of you are gonna have your own version of the presentation, which will have your name down here as moderator. And then these are gonna be cut out. So it'll basically just be this guy, and this guy, and then questions at the end. So starting it off, I'm gonna come into the group and I'm gonna say, good morning, breakout room. My name is Cadet Kinghorn, and today I'll be the moderator for this activity. Please give me 30 seconds to render the greeting of the day. And then I'm gonna pause and look at the participants list and see who's in the room. And then I'm gonna write down, or if you could do this off the top of your head, even better, because you don't have to pause. But immediately after, I'm gonna say, good morning, Colonel Grimm. Good morning, Lieutenant Colonel Toriano. Good morning, Colonel or Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Casamina. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So today I'd like to start off with myself as an example for the activity. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out this template. So like I said, I'm Cadet Kinghorn. My rank is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel. My job in the detachment currently is a public affairs officer. And one interesting fact about myself is I'm a jokester, but I can also sound extremely professional at the same time. Depends on who's there. My favorite hobbies are stand-up paddleboarding, working on cars, and definitely not ROTC stuff. So at the moment, I'm attending Lead Lab at home in Bonita, San Diego, California. And that does it for me. Now, after having gone, I'm going to go ahead and move it over to Colonel Grimm. Colonel Grimm, would you like to go ahead and fill out your template? And note that I moved it over to Cadre because I know Colonel Grimm's Cadre. And then so Colonel Grimm will go, hello, guys. So my job is Cadre is and then so forth. And that's the basic gist of it. And then from there, we just keep helping facilitate. So after Colonel Grimm goes, thank you, sir, immensely for that. Also, I didn't know that your job entails Now we'd like to move it over to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Toriano. Ma'am, may you go? And then POC, have her fill it out, and then just keep helping facilitate it forward. That pretty much wraps it up for that. The time limit on this is 15 minutes per activity. If you guys have 7 to 8 cadets in each one, we're flexible on time, but you guys are the moderators. So say and do as you please. If Colonel Grimm asks a question or has an answer and you think it's interesting and you want to add a question to add on to that, then you can ask him that. Push it on. Because there's flexibility in the time, it doesn't necessarily have to be everyone has 1 minute, but you can sort of like aid to conversation and make it like flow better and make it like more enjoyable for all the cadets. But like I said, you guys have that 7 to 8 minute window, 1 minute each, but you can also push it on to hit that 15 marker. In the event that you guys don't get to 15 minutes, you could have whatever you want to do with the last remaining time that you guys intend on having. Feel free to make up a template if you guys want. Ask random people questions, or ask someone how their day is going, or ask everyone what their favorite color is. But discretion's left up to you guys. Just keep it PG, and just make sure to hit that 15-minute mark, because we're pulling cadets back out at 15 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and run it one more time. But again, with randomized people the second time around. So that does it for the example. Does anyone have any questions about the example that I just ran through?
Yeah, so you said we can modify some of the questions and all that for our own rooms and all that?
At the end of it, if you've answered all those questions and you still have time left, so say all 8 people in my group went and they were all 1 minute and 15 seconds each, and now we finish at 12 minutes and there's 3 minutes left, feel free to ask someone who's the highest ranking a question. Just say, how's your day going, sir? Or does anyone in here think that it's funner live on the virtual aspect of Lead Lab than it is in person? Just ask questions that like kill the dead space. I mean, if need be, and it's like extremely awkward and you guys can't help facilitate conversation, feel free to just end it there and break out the room and come back to the main room. But that's the gist of it, is you just have to hit the 15-minute marker. Make sure everyone runs through it. You can be flexible with timing since you guys are the moderators. You can allow them to speak for 1:30, but just make sure that everyone goes by the 15-minute marker, and it's just on point. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Cadet Nieva, is there anything that I didn't touch on that you'd like to speak on?
Yeah, we basically covered everything. I was just gonna remind them about the like if there was extra time or if they wanted to keep it at like 1 minute just to be the time hack for basically their room. But
yeah, actually, that's another notable thing. As Cadet Nieva said, you guys are sort of playing the time hack too, as well as being the moderator. You guys have to keep like an eye on the clock. 15 minutes comes and goes, so just make sure that everyone's at that 1 minute marker. If you have to have like a stopwatch next to the screen just to make sure everyone's hitting the minute, do so, but definitely be a little more lenient with cadre and POC. It sort of sounds messed up in a way, but GMC, they can follow by the 1 minute, but you don't really want to cut Colonel Grimm off because he can speak, and same for other members of cadre. So allow them to, but also don't let them speak for 3 or 4 minutes. And if you have to at the beginning, remind them that it's 1 minute each. That's the gist. Any last questions before we run into you guys trying it out yourselves?
If we run out of time during I guess during when GMC members are talking, do we just cut them off and break it out?
Yes. You could also remind cadets that you're running out of time. So say we're down to the 4th classes, and if they're going, just say, okay, Cadet Nieva, we are running short on time, so do you mind giving a brief a brief aspect of your interview or of your activity, and then just let them know that like you guys are running out of time, so she doesn't have the full minute. Just make it quick, you know, in the event that happens. But personally, I think with 7 to 8 cadets, we should be able to get all of them through. The 15 minutes plans for 2 minutes each with your introduction, so it should get there. And some cadets honestly will probably just hit each bullet point and say nothing more, especially the 4th classes. 100 cadets, you might or may not be familiar, but you just get shy and odd sometimes, especially if you have like Colonel Grimm or other cadre in your Zoom link. So they typically tend to cut it short, whereas cadre and POC are comfortable and they'll end up talking for a while if you let them.
All right. All right.
Sweet. Any other questions? Cool. So we'll go ahead and run this through. For this example, let's see. We have 8 people. So for the first time around, we'll practice with 4 moderators and 4 viewers. And so for you 4 moderators, you guys will be the first people to share your screen and sort of like help facilitate. We'll give it about a minute or 2 just so you can do your intro and then your slide. And then we'll pull everyone back and then we'll run it again with the people that didn't run it the first time doing it the second time, if that makes sense. So let's see, I think it was Cadet Perez. Let's see, Cadet Hawk, Cadet Chata, then Cadet Chong. Sweet. So I'm gonna add this at the bottom. Let's see. I'm putting your guys' number in the chat. So as soon as it comes in, just remember the number, because that's the breakout room that you're going to go to. Okay. Okay, so there you guys go. Remember the number. This is exactly how we're going to do it for Lead Lab 2. Everyone's going to have a number. And when we create the rooms, you're going to be assigned to the moderator room. And then you guys are going to be expected to enter in on that room. So let's see, assign automatically. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to make the rooms right now. For the moderators, you guys are going to be placed in the moderator room. At the bottom, you'll see the breakout rooms. just click it and then choose the room that your number is associated with. And then you'll enter it on that room, and then just follow the standard template that Cadet Nieva uploaded into the chat. You'll see the Google document, just click that, and then you guys are good to go. Practice screen sharing. Make sure you guys get the general template down, and then let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be perusing through each and every breakout room. So best of luck, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we'll be doing a get to know each other activity. I'll start off with an example so you can see how it goes. So for example, I am GMC, so allow me to share my screen.
Okay.
Actually, this is
Awesome.
okay. So for example, I am GMC, so I am Cadet 3rd Class Hawk. My rank is, I'm sorry, I'm Cadet Brendan Hawk. My rank is Cadet 3rd Class. My job in the detachment, right now I don't have one. I'm looking to be a public affairs officer for next semester. So I would choose that because I really enjoy the podcast that's on Spotify, and I love listening to that. I love it for my workouts, so I'd love to be a part of creating that. An interesting fact about myself is that I was born and raised in San Diego, and last semester I got to visit some friends in Colorado, and that was a 21-hour drive. That was probably the longest I've ever driven in my life. My favorite hobbies include
How goes it?
I'm still figuring it out.
The screen sharing?
Yeah.
Do you see the green button at the bottom?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna go check. Perfect.
There we go. Right, so I just say the greeting of the day, go by those rules.
You could actually start off on the GMC slide, which is your slide. It should be, yeah, one of those. It's next one. It should say GMC. There you go. And then you just start off with the introduction, who you are, that you're the moderator of the breakout room. And then just say you're going to start off with an example of yourself, and then you're going to hand it over to someone else.
All right, so I'm just like, I'm Cadet Perez. My rank is C4C or 4th class.
Yep. But first, before you start the activity, you just want to introduce yourself to the room. So as soon as you enter the room, hi guys, I'm Cadet Perez. I'm the moderator for today. And today I'm going to be sharing the greeting of the day. And the greeting of the day is as follows. Good morning, Colonel Graham. Good morning, whoever. And then first, I'd like to give you guys an example of the activity. So here is my activity. And you're going to go to this slide. And then you're going to answer those questions. And then you're going to move it over. And then hand it over to the highest ranking person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Sweet. Do you want to practice it from the beginning?
All right, so I'll be like, hello, breakout room 1. I'll be your moderator for today, I guess. Then I'm Cadet Perez. My rank is Cadet 4C. And do I even say my job in the detachment is? Or
You could also just say that you don't have one. if you don't.
All right, so I guess I'll just leave it.
Mhm.
I guess I'll just leave it out and say, I guess if I had to pick a job in detachment, I want to be a PTL because I want to motivate people to keep working harder during PT. And one interesting fact about myself is I had long hair before joining ROTC. And one of my favorite hobbies is, I guess, working on cars. And I'm attending lead lab from my room at Escondido, California.
Perfect. And then you're just going to hand it over to whoever is highest ranking in your breakout room.
Okay.
So, and then that's basically the gist of it. So spot on. Just get accustomed to running through it and practicing that, just so it sort of sounds a lot more fluent and I
get it. Yeah.
Sweet. But good job so far. Yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna go check on another room. But good job, guys. Feel free running through it again, Cadet Prez, if you want, just to practice from the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. So allow 30 seconds to quickly render the greeting of the day. Okay. So let me try that again. Good morning, breakout room. For today's activity, I will be your moderator. I am Cadet 4th Class Brianna Chada. Allow me 30 seconds to quickly render the greeting of the day. So, and then after I like jot down their names, I would just be, good morning. I don't know any of your guys' ranks, so could I just say cadet?
Yeah.
You could say like Colonel Grimm, assume he's in
Okay.
this room.
Good morning, Colonel Grimm. Good morning, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Toriano. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'll first start. I will share my screen and what I'll be doing. Sorry, this is like really like off. Okay.
No, you're fine.
We'll have this about me activity. So what we'll be doing is I'll set the example. There's just like some bullet points that we'll be answering, and we'll go one by one. So I'll start as an example. Hello, my name is Cadet 4th Class Chada. If I were to choose a job in the detachment, it would be a flight commander because I find that really interesting and I want to be involved with GMCs, and I do like marching to an extent. So one interesting fact about myself, I like to hike and run in the dark at night, usually late at night, and if it's raining, even better. My favorite hobbies include watching video games, currently watching The Mandalorian, and watching the Laker games this past year, go Lakers. And then where I'm attending Lead Lab right now, I'm at my apartment at ERC at UCSD. So that is my example for the About Me slide. And then I'll turn it over to you, Colonel Grimm. Okay.
Great job. Great job.
Okay. All right.
Spot on. It
Okay.
went perfectly smooth. Excellent job too. Your About Me was pretty inquisitive. So
Okay.
good on you.
And then after let's say so-and-so is done, then it'd be like, okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now, and then we can just like talk if I have like extra time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
make sure everyone in your group runs through it though.
Yeah. Okay.
But good job.
All right.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and end the breakout rooms, but good stuff. Good job. Cadet Stewart, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's smooth. I understand how to do all of it. It seems pretty, as long as you go by the script and just go through everything you need to and know your greetings of the day, you're set. And so I think it's pretty smooth.
Big time. It should definitely be like an interesting little scenario to get you guys FaceTime with Cadre and POC. GMC typically doesn't like lead anything much within the detachment. So the point of this is to get you guys out there. I mean, honestly, if you're in a breakout room with Colonel Grimm, like take that to your advantage, because that dude, he decides your order of merit and how you place in the detachment. And if you look like a stud in front of him, like it's GG's, you know? So, and same with Cadre and same with POC. So just take note of that. We're going to try and run through it one more time. I'm going to flip the script. See, so, Cadet Stewart. Let's see. Exactly like Sabrina says, you're always being watched. A little scary to think, but for sure. Okay. So.
I'll say that.
Did someone drop? I think we're missing. So I got Smith and Stewart. Okay. So it looks like we're going to only do 2 breakout rooms for this one. Cadet Smith, you'll be breakout room number 1, and then Cadet Stewart, breakout room number 2. Remove. Cadet Hawk, what'd you think?
I thought it was great. I think the hardest part's going to be like looking at all the names and like figuring out the order in your head. But
yeah,
it'll be fine.
If you think about it, GMC's got to do it too, and there are some 100 cadets that have never seen this before, so you guys might have to help like facilitate them in their path of destruction. So hopefully no one messes up, but at least if someone messes up, it's not on you guys, so that's good. Okay, so Cadet Smith. Okay, so the numbers in the chat. Cadet Smith and Cadet Stewart. Awesome. So once again, 2 more randomized breakout rooms. And during LLAB, this will go a lot quicker. We're gonna have a 10-minute break before we start this activity, so there won't be like this dead silence like this. And then one more thing you guys got to remember too is once you get into the moderator room, like try to push for getting into your room quickly, because a lot of cadets and cadre and POC are going to be in their room and they're going to be like looking around, like what do we do, where do we go? And your guys' job as moderator is quickly plop into that room and then establish that you're the moderator. Hey guys, I'm the moderator for today, and then just proceed with your presentation. Okay, so Cadet Stewart and Cadet Smith. Awesome. So breakout rooms are set and good to go.
Yeah, share.
How you guys doing?
He can't find the breakout rooms button for him.
Okay. I don't have a button. I just have leave breakout room.
Do you have like the
I'll go to mine real quick.
breakout rooms? It should be a join button. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I have a join button. So like when I join this meeting, I have the join button, and then I don't have that anymore.
So you should have co-host permission. When you click breakout rooms, does it show the rooms itself?
Where is that button? Like I don't have the breakout rooms button.
Oh, really?
That's weird.
Yeah, I have like if Ryan Cadet Smith is saying it was in the bottom right corner, and I just have leave breakout room right there.
Okay, wait, let me share my screen. Hold on. You're not seeing like, oh, it's not letting me share my, you're not seeing the like the little tab. I don't even think I'm doing that.
Okay. For now, Cadet Stewart, I'm just gonna put you in the room. But we'll definitely try and get it figured out.
Okay.
You were room.
I might have to switch computers because I run a Chromebook, which isn't good at all. So I could just get on the desktop during LLAB, which we have in my other room.
Okay. If it helps, then yeah, that would definitely work. But I'm gonna go ahead and send you in there now.
Tomorrow's meeting, can we check that? Like I'll get on the desktop.
Definitely.
Tomorrow. All right.
That's a good idea too. That way we don't have any.
We'll go through technical difficulties and everything tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
You were room number 1 or 2?
Two, I believe.
2. Word. All right, I'm sending you. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, 2. All right, sending you in there now.
Technical difficulties. Anyways, let me share my screen real fast. Good morning, everyone. Just give me about 30 or so seconds to render the greeting of the day. Good morning, so-and-so. Yeah. So I'm gonna lead. Today we're doing the About Me activity. I'm gonna run through first as an example. So I'm Cadet 4th Class Stewart. My rank is 4th class. I do not have a job in the detachment so far, but if I were to choose a job, I'm going to push towards PTL, physical training leader, because every Wednesdays at 6, me and my flight will join a Zoom meeting and we'll run through our own Zoom PTs. We'll usually grab from the PT journals so we still get credit and everything. One interesting fact about myself is I'm a really diehard football person and a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan. If you can't tell, there's a poster right there and there's a couple of flags in the back right behind me. It's basically like that across my entire room. Favorite hobbies, I would say, is just hanging out with friends. Anything's outdoors, anything that's physical activity, I really enjoy. And lastly, where are you attending Lead Lab right now? I'm currently at home in Sacramento, California, going to San Diego State University, but through Zoom. So next, we're going to have Colonel Grimm runs through that. Yeah, and then honestly, I did not look at. All right. To be honest, I have no clue who's in my room. I totally skipped over that part. So if you guys could just say your ranks and name real fast.
If you're fine, you don't have to practice on us. Just get comfortable with doing the greeting of the day.
Okay.
But other than that, amazing job. Like no nervousness. You just went straight to it. Same can be said for you, Cadet Chada and Hawk. Like you guys are the leaders of the scenario, and all of you guys just did an amazing job, just flowing right into it and sounding comfortable. So don't get nervous tomorrow. You guys have this in the bag, or Tuesday. You guys have it in the bag. You guys are gonna look like absolute champs. But definitely good job on that, Cadet Stewart. You killed it. So
thank you.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna check up on the other room. Feel free to chat if you guys want. I'm gonna go check up on the other room though.
And basically right now I'm aiding Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Kinghorn figure out or plan the logistics and everything for Lead Lab 14. One interesting fact about myself is that I do not like butterflies. And then one hobby I do have is I like to journal. And then right now attending Lead Lab, technically I'm a Jamba Juice, so.
Cool. How do you like the GMC wing staff so far?
Everybody's awesome. I mean, our GMC is pretty gnarly, you know. Cadet Kinghorn, I'm glad he's GMC OGs. He's killing it right now.
She's only saying that because I'm here. But if I left,
no, he's killing it. You know, sometimes we have those late 3 a.m. Oh my gosh, offboards and everything. He's just doing a great job, you know.
Yeah, good. It'll definitely be fun. How do you feel you did, Cadet Smith?
Pretty good. Just being able to kind of like you said, like ask those like little extra questions if they go through it, because like we're like, since it's just us, we're kind of burning through the questions really fast. So I'm just kind of adding on. Then obviously just like working on like the transitions, like, oh, that's cool. Okay, this person now. So mainly just that, but it's good.
Yeah, sounds like you got it down. So how about you, Cadet Chong? How do you feel you did?
I think I did pretty good for my first time. This is the first time doing this, so a little bit nervous, but I think just like a little bit more practicing, by myself and just getting all of the cadre names down for greetings of the day. I think I should be fine.
Yeah. Are you a 100 cadet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like you already got it. Sounds like it's definitely gonna be an opportunity for you to just stick yourself out there and put your name on the map. So it's pretty cool.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and close up the rooms, guys. I'll see you back in the main room. So how do you guys feel? You guys sort of like relatively familiar with what's going on? Are you guys like comfortable?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just being able to mainly, like, I know like right now it's like obviously it doesn't take us like nowhere near 30 seconds to like render the greeting, but I know once we get it, we're have to be looking through the participants, making sure everyone joins too. So
big time. When we get people back in here, I got a little quick activity too that we can run through, just so you guys all get the gist of it. 2 seconds. Yeah, anyone excited for this?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. It should be, like I said a couple of times already, like it's an opportunity, especially since there's a lot of 100s in here. Like I said earlier, 100s never lead. So this is like, it's obviously GMC week, so you guys got to step up and like make yourselves known. So that'll be a good time. Real quick, Cadet Nieva did an amazing job sending out examples. So I just want to put an example in the chat real quick of what you guys are going to end up seeing on Tuesday. So here's the first one. Practice as if this was the real thing, as if you were looking at the participants tab. Only got 10 minutes left, so I'll try to make it quick. But
Kinghorn, Cadet Stewart has a meeting, so he's asking if he could head out.
oh yeah, that's fine, Cadet Stewart. No worries. Feel free to take care of that. Just practice up on this if you can, and just get comfortable with it.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yep, excellent job today though. Alrighty, so the first one's in the chat. Feel free to take a look at it and then render what you think is the proper greeting of the day. If you guys want to step up and say it out loud, feel free to. If you guys would rather just hit it in the chat, feel free to. But practice with that. Cadet Hawk, definitely a good idea. Monday, when we get the 20 moderators in the room, we can run that one through just so people get practice. But definitely a good idea. Does anyone have the greeting of the day rendered yet?
yeah, could I have a shot at it?
Go for it.
Yeah, so good morning, Captain Bug. Good morning, Tech Sergeant Proctor. Good morning, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Colonel Toriano. Good morning, Cadet Third Class Hageman. Good morning, Cadet Fourth Class Bong, and good morning, gentlemen. Is that correct?
So you missed two things. You forgot Cadet Colonel Shiver. And then you don't have to acknowledge the Cadet Third Class and Cadet Fourth Classes. When you do greeting of the day, you only render it for POC,
Okay.
wing staff, and cadre.
Right.
So like pretend as if fourth classes and third classes weren't even in the participants list,
Okay.
because you don't have to acknowledge. So in that sense, almost spot on, but yeah, just Cadet Colonel
Yeah.
Shiver, and then
But I would say Fourth Class Spawn by herself, though, correct? Because there's only one of them.
no.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Yeah, since she's fourth class, you don't even have to mention her at all.
Okay.
The only time you'd say ladies and gentlemen is when there's POC. So if you see
Mhm.
Cadet Major or Cadet Captain or honestly anything of that iteration, Cadet First Lieutenant, Cadet Second Lieutenant, that's when you'd say ladies and gentlemen or something of that
Okay,
sort.
cool.
Almost there
Thank
though.
you.
Anyone else want to try it?
Can I add something to that? So
Go for
as
it.
far as greeting with like GMC cadets, like technically you're not required to, but something at least like I've always been taught since like I first came into the attachment is that it's just nice to do it out of courtesy. So if you want to, you can just do Cadet Spong and then Gentleman. Though again, it is not required. But sometimes it really depends on who's in the room. Sometimes they'll call you out if you don't greet them at all. So if you just greet them, there's no harm in doing it because it's considered like a courtesy, even if they are like just GMC cadets, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Sweet. So left up to your guys' discretion. Like Sabrina said, it definitely would look better upon you and you guys would reflect more upon your classmates if you did that, but you don't have to. So anyone else want to give it a shot?
Sorry, I just have one more thing to add.
Go for it.
So I'm pretty sure like 100s you've done briefings already. I'm not entirely sure, but most of the time, you know how like they're like, oh, good morning, Captain Will Smith, good morning, class. You could even do like some sort of variation like that, like greet cadre and then POC and then good morning, everyone. And that would be good.
Right. Good morning, everyone, too. That definitely could be applicable. So, did anyone else want to try it?
Okay, I'll try it.
Wait.
All right. I didn't freeze up, did I? Okay.
No, you're good.
So it'd be good morning, Captain Bug. Good morning, Tech Sergeant Proctor. Good morning, Cadet Colonel Shiver. Good morning, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Toriano. Good morning, Cadet Third Class Hodgman. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Spot on. Yep. Good job. Yeah, you had it down.
Wait, I thought we weren't supposed to greet the. Oh, never mind.
So we decided that's left up to the discretion of the moderators. You guys are more than welcome to if you want. You could also leave it like a blanket statement and just say, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sabrina, you're totally fine. Don't worry about it. Do you guys want one more real quick or do you guys want to cut it 5 minutes early?
I think we're just doing more maybe.
Sweet.
If everyone else doesn't mind.
Yeah. Yep. If you need to cut, feel free to now. If you guys want to take one or two more, by all means, I'd rather have you guys more prepared than not, especially if we're going to put you in front of a whole bunch of other cadets. So. Let me see, grabbing this one. Okay, so the new one is in the chat. Then whoever's got it first, feel free to step up and either express it verbally or type it in the chat.
I'll go on this one. So good morning, Cadet Colonel Scarberry. Good morning, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Casameda. Good morning, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Weinfertner. Good morning, Cadet Captain Burgoa. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Spot on. Spot on. Perfect. Anyone else?
You could group Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Weinfertner and Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Casameda into gentlemen, correct?
No, since they're both wing staff. Yeah, it'd just be a little more respectful to group them together. The only time you'd really group like that in terms of ladies and gentlemen is if they're just POC cadets.
Okay.
So if you see like Cadet Captain or Cadet Major, that's when you do it. So. what I got. What do you guys think? One last one?
Sure, why not?
I gotta head out, but thanks for holding this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, most definitely. See you Monday,
See you Monday.
Hawk. Looking forward to it. Okay, we'll try to run this one through in a minute, but I just want to give you guys more rather than less. It's in the chat.
So could you just say good morning, Colonel Grimm, good morning, Cadet Captain President, good morning, class, or good morning, everyone else?
Yep, gentlemen. Since it's all males,
Oh, yes.
you could get away with just saying gentlemen. But yes, spot on.
Very cool. Thank you.
Anyone else? You guys got it down? Is it making sense, like, in terms of understanding sort of how it works and how you guys are going to have to do it on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, then with that, it is 8 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for not only taking the opportunity to step up as a leader, but also making it a point to show up to a meeting and sort of get the gist and the understanding of it. It doesn't go unnoticed. And come Tuesday, when you guys not only perform, but excel in that breakout room, the fruits of your labor will be extremely noticed, and it'll go far, especially in your ROTC career as you like take advantage of situations and applications. Stepping up as a leader is what this is all about and learning. So, alrighty. Well, with that, thanks a lot, guys. Let me know if you have any further questions. Reach out to me or my deputy cadet, Nieva. So, if not, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
All right. Great job, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Oh, wait, I forgot to ask this earlier, but there was going to be 2 activities, right?
Yeah, it's the same activity twice.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Sweet.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Let me know if you have any more questions, Cadet Prez.
All right. Till
Later.
Monday.
All right. So my comment that I just sent you, do you want to open up to like entire GMC tomorrow and see if like anybody would want to join to just like
Last minute.
Yeah, like not just for the sake of like the moderators getting more practice in front of bigger crowds, but I don't know if that just defeats the purpose of like getting to know, like exposing the activity for Lead Lab.
No, but tomorrow we can make it an hour again and just make it 5 breakout rooms.
Yeah.
And then if we have 20 people, then that's 4 people per breakout room and a moderator in each room, and then just cycle through that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that works too then.
Thank you for taking the time, by the way, Cadet Nieva, throughout your working break.
It's fine. Yeah, it's not really busy right now with it being so cold. So.
Well, at least you're knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. So. Also, you forgot to change your position.
I was gonna say no. Is it in my email?
Yeah. Did you see that
Yeah,
too?
I saw that. Literally, when I sent it, I was like, my rank was like 4th class stone. I was like, oh my gosh, I know somebody's gonna.
Yeah. Also
Yeah.
surprised that a 4th class is sending that.
I know, 4th class. No.
You're fine.
Okay.
Definitely reflect that on Tuesday's Lead Lab, though. Make sure to put that.
Yeah, for sure. That was. Ooh, okay. All right. Is there anything else?
Nope. I think you killed it with the email, with the setup, with everything else too. Overall, it was amazing. Sabrina, what'd you think?
It's good. Y'all are doing good things. I like what I'm seeing.